Hello 6th primary, how are you all? Today we will going to complete our math curriculum تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we will going to start talking about the order of the integers, how to arrange the integers, how to compare between them. Let's see how we will going to do that. The order of the integers. The order means how to arrange my integers. If I want to arrange it in ascending order or if I want to arrange it in descending order. Let's see the first one, ascending order, how to arrange the integers in ascending order. First of all, we have to know that the ascending order means that I'm putting my numbers or my integers from the small to the big number, from the small integer to the greatest integers or to the big integers. I here show from small like the grown-up of a flower. First of all, it will be a seed, then the flowers getting bigger step by step until I have an open or a complete open flower. So ascending means from a small integer to a big integers. Like you can see on the number line, that the number line represented the set of integers, the z, starting here from -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, 0, the special number that we said before that it's not a positive number, also it's not a negative number, it's a special number, separated the negative integers to the positive integers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until we get to the 6 and bigger than the 6. So small integers, if you note that the -6, it's the smallest integers. So the number -6, it's the smallest integers I have here. And the biggest integers I have here is 6. If I'm talking about descending, it's the vice versa of ascending order. Descending means that I'm arranging my integers from a big to small, like you go down to this, go down from the stairs, or like a flower getting from an open, complete open flower, getting smaller until the seeds. So it's the vice versa, عكس الاسcending على طول. يبقى descending from big to small. So the first number you're supposed to write here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you are moving from the left direction. For example, I am drawing here the number line. This number line represents the set of integers, a positive, 0, and negative integers. So it's very important to know the set of integers. Study the form of the number line that represented the set of integers. Okay, starting from a positive integers, 0, then the negative integers. So if I'm comparing here -4 and -1, -4 and -1, which one of them is the bigger one? So if you note that the -4 in the left side to -1, so -4 is smaller than -1. So I can say -4 is smaller than -1 because it's in the left side. Now let's see or watch a video from بنك المعرفة. تعالوا نشوف هيقول ايه ونعلق عليه بعدين.
In this lesson, you have learned how to compare between the integer numbers and learned also how to order them on the number line. For example, if the point B lies to the right of the point A, then B is greater than A. And if the point C lies to the left of point D, then C is less than D. And when ordering the integers on the number line, the positive numbers can be ordered in ascending order as we go away from 0 and descending order as we get closer to 0. Therefore, 1 is less than 6. However, In the negative numbers, when we go away from 0, the numbers are ordered descendingly, and the numbers increase when we get closer to the 0. Therefore, negative 1 is greater than negative 6.
زي احنا ما شفنا في الفيديو بيتكلم عن الاوردر بتاع الانتجرز بتاعتي، بيوضح ان كل ما كان النمبر moving from left to right معناه ان هو getting bigger، لكن from right to left getting smaller. تعالوا نشوف النوتس ده. بيقول لي هنا النوتس دي بتقول لي both of the set of natural number and the set of integers are arranged as shown at the following number line. أول حاجة لو أنت ماشي from negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3 and so on, so you are putting your integer in ascending order, so from small to the big. So you have to know that if you're moving from left to right, okay, from left to right, you are arranging your integer in ascending order, and vice versa. If you're moving from right to left, you are moving in descending order. Okay, so number one, arranging ascendingly from the smallest to the greatest, from left to right. You are moving from left to right. So you are moving ascendingly, small to big. But if you're moving vice versa, if you're arranging descendingly, so you are moving from right to left, from big to small, يعني from right to left. Okay, هو بتبقى الموضوع سهل قوي لو انت بصيت على النمبر لاين بتاعك. لو انت ماشي from negative moving to the zero، okay، معنى كده ان انت you are getting from small to big. لو انت ماشي from the positive side getting closer to the zero, so you are moving descendingly، يبقى from big to small. النوتس number B بيقول لي when you compare any two integers, the number which is located to the right of the other is the greater and vice versa. طيب هو بيوضح لك ان كل ما النمبر كان موجود في الرايت سايد يبقى هو ده المفروض اللي هو بيبقى greater than the other. طبعا والعكس صحيح. طيب نوضح ده عن طريق النمبر لاين. لو انا بعمل comparing between مثلا النيجاتيف 4 and negative 1. negative 4 و negative 1 مش negative 4 in the right ولا left side؟ ها النيجاتيف 4 دي in the right side ولا left side؟ طيب عندك negative 4 و negative 1. طيب هنبص هنا هنلاقي ان هي في الليفت سايد، يبقى النيجاتيف 4 دي smaller ولا greater than the negative 1؟ of course smaller than the negative 1. طيب لو انا هتكلم اقول negative 4 smaller than negative 1، اوكي، لو اقول negative 1 لا negative 1 هي greater than negative 4. يبقى هنا negative 4 smaller than negative 1. لو انا بعمل comparing negative 4 to negative 1 يبقى negative 4 smaller than negative 1. لو انا هقول negative 1 و negative 4 لا النيجاتيف 1 اكبر من النيجاتيف 4. تعالوا نشوف exercises ازيد واكتر على البارت اللي احنا شرحناه ونشوف افكار زياده. تعالوا نشوف اول exercise معانا. بيقول لي write the previous integers and next integer for each of the following integers. طيب هنا ده المطلوب مني ان انا عايز اكتب له اوكي what before and after negative 9 علشان اعرف اكتب ده من غير ما اتلخبط. اتخيل النمبر لاين بتاعي السيت اوف انتجرز كلها النمبر لاين بتاعي ازاي. لو انا كده رسمت النمبر لاين بتاعي اوكي، انا عندي هنا الزيرو، هنا البوزيتيف انتجرز بتاعتي، وهنا النيجاتيف انتجرز بتاعتي، يعني هنا 1 2 and so on. تمام. لو انا هنا هعمل نيجاتيف 1 نيجاتيف 2 and so on. طيب هو بيقول لي نيجاتيف 9. طيب انا لو حاطه فور اكزامبل مثلا انا قلت هنا نيجاتيف 9. طيب يبقى نيجاتيف 9 المفروض ان انا if I keep moving right هنا المفروض ان انا هكتب ايه؟ نيجاتيف 9 بعديها ايه؟ نيجاتيف 10. طب what before نيجاتيف 9؟ لو انا ماشيه بقى في الدايركشن اوف ذا بوزيتيف go to the zero go to the positive side هعمل ايه؟ المفروض هنا supposed to be ايه؟ نيجاتيف 8. يبقى here I supposed to write negative 10 and negative 9. what before negative 9 negative 8. مهم قوي ان انا اتخيل النمبر لاين بتاعي عشان اعرف بالظبط what before what next، بالذات في البارت بتاعت النيجاتيف، عشان كتير قوي نتلخبط نقول نيجاتيف 9 يبقى هنا اللي قبلها نيجاتيف 8. لا، انا ماشيه في الدايركشن بتاع النيجاتيف، يبقى النيجاتيف 9 اللي بعديها المفروض يبقى نيجاتيف 10. لو if I'm moving in this direction moving to the negative direction يبقى انا هعمل ايه؟ نيجاتيف 10. اوكي؟ تعالوا نشوف البوينت نمبر بي. هو عندي 13. طيب برضو 13 اهي، انا هنا المفروض for example انا عندي 13. طب if I'm moving in this side يبقى ايه؟ 14. طب هنا المفروض تبقى 12. اوكي؟ يبقى المفروض هنا الدوتس دي هكتب فيها 12 and the second dot it will be 14. يبقى previous 12 والnext it will be 14. C عندي what 23 and what previous 23 and what next 23. So it will be 22 and 24. طيب الاكسرسايز اللي بعديها هنا بقى بيقول لي write the integers between each two integers. هو مديني two integers وعايزني اكتب له الانتجرز اللي between them. اوكي؟ طيب نيجاتيف 4 ونيجاتيف 2 برضو imagine the number line. تخيل او ارسم قدامك السيت اوف انتجرز بتاعتك اللي هي البوزيتيف والنيجاتيف والزيرو بتاعتك. انت هنا عندك نيجاتيف 4، انت نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 4 moving to the direction of 2 positive. ال 2 دي positive، يبقى انت ماشي فين؟ انت في يعني انت في سايد النيجاتيف moving to the direction of the positive direction. يبقى انت need to move to the right side. طيب يبقى نيجاتيف 2 supposed to be ايه؟ نيجاتيف 3 نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 1 0 1 and 2 it's already written. اوكي؟ يبقى first of all لازم احدد الدايركشن اللي انا همشي فيه. انا right moving to the right or moving to the left. انا همشي ناحيه البوزيتيف ولا همشي ناحيه النيجاتيف عشان اعرف بالظبط انا I will going to write my integers according to what. اوكي؟ طيب تعالوا ناخد الاكسرسايزز اللي بعده. نيجاتيف 1 و 5 also I'm in negative side moving to the positive side. Okay, I'm right left to right. طيب so it will be negative 1 0 1 2 3 4. Next I have negative 7 and 0. Negative side moving to the direction of the 0. So you are moving to the direction of the 0. It will be negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, and negative 1. هنا بيقول لي determine the constant value by which the following integers increase then complete the next three numbers. أول حاجة لازم تحدد الفاليو الانتجرز بتاعتك بتزيد بيها. هنا عندك نيجاتيف 7 يعني هو بيقول لك شوف الاوردر بتاعك and complete. Negative 7, negative 6, negative 5. So you are moving to the direction of the positive. You are الانتجرز بتاعتك getting bigger by 1 لأن negative 7 smaller than negative 6 by 1. Negative 6 smaller than negative 5 by 1 and so on. So negative 5 what previous negative 5 اللي أكبر من negative 5 على طول إيه؟ Negative 4 and negative 3 negative 2 the last one. طيب the next example I have negative 2 0 2 4. So you are moving by 2 to the positive direction. You keep moving by 2 to the direction of the positive. Okay? طيب so you will going to complete 4. What after 4 it will be 6 8 and 10. طيب letter C, I have negative 50, negative 40, negative 30, and so on. You are moving to the biggest by 10. Okay, you are moving by 10, moving to small to big. Negative 50 smaller than 40, or 40 smaller than 30. So you are moving from small to big, يعني ascending order, and you are jumping by 10. To negative 30, it will be negative 20, negative 10, and of course 0. النيجاتيف 10 to 0. طيب الاكسرسايز اللي بعده عندي 6 negative 62, negative 17, negative 22, and 0, and he asked you to arrange these integers in ascending order. And you have to remember that negative integers, كل ما negative integers getting bigger, it means this integer is smaller integer because it's standing in the left side. طيب تعالوا كده نشوف 6 with negative 60 و 2 و negative 17 و negative 22 and 0. So I start from the smallest integers. Smallest integers I have here a negative 60 طبعا. Negative 60, it's my smallest integers I have here. So I will go and start from negative 60. Then negative 22 ولا negative 17? Of course negative 22. خلي بالك ان النيجاتيف شويه بتلخبط البارت ده. 22 ده اكبر، لا بس ده نيجاتيف. So النيجاتيف انتجرز كل ما النيجاتيف انتجرز بتاعتي زاد، كل ما النمبر الفاليو بتاعه getting smaller. خلاص يبقى negative 60, negative 22 and negative 17. Then I will go on to write 0, 2 and 6. My answer is supposed to be negative 60, negative 22, negative 17, 0, 2 and 6. طيب هنا he wants from you to arrange it descendingly from big to small, from big integer to small integer. طب 1, negative 11, 3, negative 1, negative 8 and 5. So I'm searching for the biggest integers here. Where is my biggest integers? The positive is supposed to be positive, of course. I cannot look to the negative integers. I will going to look to a positive integers. So the positive integers I have 1, 3 and 5. Of course the 5 is the biggest one of them. So I will go and start by 5, then 3, then 1. Now I will moving to the negative integers. Remember, negative integers getting the biggest integers now. Negative 11 ولا negative 1 ولا negative 8? Of course the negative 1. And remember what we said before, in the negative 1, it's the greatest negative integers I already know. So negative 1 moving to the left side, so negative 1, negative 8 and negative 11. So my right solution will be 5, 3, 1, negative 1, negative 8 and negative 11. Okay, it's a little bit confusing, but if you practice a lot, you will find it so easy. And keep remember the number line. If you draw the set of integers in your number line, you can find your answer easily. Okay, the next one I have, complete the space using suitable sign, bigger than, smaller than, or equal. Type. I have 3 and negative 6. Of course, without thinking, positive and negative integer, the positive integers is the biggest integers I have. So 3 directly it's the biggest number. The second one I have negative 7 and 17. Of course the 17 is bigger because it's the positive one. So any positive number is greater than or biggest than any negative number or negative integers, sorry. Absolute negative 13 and 3. Before putting the sign, I'm supposed to answer absolute negative 13. It will be 13, of course. So now I have to compare between 13 and 3. Okay, remember it's absolute negative 13. So you have to answer the absolute. And remember, absolute means the space. So the answer of the absolute always positive. So you will put negative 13, it will be 13. So now you are comparing between 13 and 3, not negative 13. So 13 and 3, of course, 13 it's my biggest integers. D, I have absolute negative 5 and 5. Of course, I know the trick now. I will go to answer absolute negative 5, it gives me 5. So 5 and 5, it will be equal. So the sign I will going to use, it will be equal. Letter E, I have such a small example here. I have 3 plus absolute negative 3 and 8. Before putting the sign, you're supposed to answer it. So 3, you will put it as it is and answer absolute negative 3, it will be 3. So 3 plus 3 equal 6. So you are comparing between 6 and 8. Now you are comparing between 6 and 8. So which one of them is the bigger integer? It will be, of course, 8. F, negative absolute negative 4 and 2. And here is the trick. The negative, I have two negative outside the absolute value and a negative inside the absolute sign. So at the beginning, I will put the negative before the absolute as it is and answer the absolute. Find the answer of the absolute negative 4. So absolute negative 4, it will be 4. But I have this negative, so it gives me negative 4. So negative 4 and 2. Of course, I said before, and I will go to keep saying it, any positive number, or any positive integers is greater than any negative integers. So directly I will put the sign looking to the 2. 2, it's greater than or biggest than negative 4. I have here, write using the listing method each of the following sets. Here it's such a small example. I will go to answer quickly. X, he wants from you to write the set of X. X, and he tell me the X belong to the Z, and X is supposed to be less than negative 3. So you will go to write all the integers that less than negative 3 in Z. So less than negative 3, I will go to negative 2 and 1 and negative 1 and 0. Of course not. Of course not. I will going to move to the left side. So I will going to write negative 4, negative 5, and so on. So X equal negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. I can stop. No, of course I cannot stop because I cannot tell when I will going to find the smallest number. So I will keep putting my dot. This is my last exercises. I hope you understand it very well. We will going to answer much more in the next time. Thank you. See you next week.